special video for you, and I want to talk about 3 great practices that you can do only with rhythm to enhance your rhythmic vocabulary. Hey, my name is Lorenzo Ferrero. I'm a Latin Grammy winning and Grammy nominated saxophonist, composer, and arranger from Peru, living in Los Angeles, and I help students and musicians all over the world improve and enhance their improvisation skills, become better arrangers, producers. So please help me out and subscribe and turn on notifications. I post a video tutorial every single Tuesday. So, as many of you know, I always talk about rhythm, and it's one of the most important things that gets overlooked when you want to boost your improvisation skills, especially as a saxophone player or a single line instrument. Nobody teaches us rhythm. We get taught by scales, pattern, memorizing, transcribing, memorizing licks, and transposing things in different keys. But what happens is a lot of times we get to solo and we get totally stuck. Or I see what happened to me is I used to memorize a lot of things, and when it came time to solo, I would just repeat and rely on the same scales, and I would sound kind of all over the place. If you've ever felt what I call the noodling, right? Maybe you know a few scales and you either freeze or you just go and play and noodle around the chord changes and just, you're stuck. You don't sound musical. And you've actually spent a lot of hours practicing, but you don't see how those hours reflect on your improvisation. And this is something that happens a lot, especially in students that are starting later and they don't have the, if you're not a full-time music student, you need the right guidance and you need to do the right things to boost your musicality as fast as possible. And one of the main things that I found that has drastically transformed my musical life is rhythmic vocabulary, and taking the time to actually expand your rhythmic vocabulary, right? So really expanding it to a way that everything else in your music is going to get enhanced. Why? Because rhythm is the how of any musical phrase. So if you don't have a good rhythmic language, nothing that you play will sound like a statement. It will sound like noodling. So this is why you see a lot of saxophone players playing and it all sounds like noodling. Even if you play the right notes, it'll kind of like everything is uneven and very unsure, right? So you have to think about this just like speech and like talking. Rhythm is the how. You need good rhythm in order to organize your words, in order to make cohesive sentences and produce statements. The way I'm talking right now, that is my rhythmic vocabulary. In fact, it's so powerful that I can say the same things, but change the rhythm of how I say it, and you'll actually process it differently, right? But if I keep talking like this and I say important things, you might get lost because I'm talking too fast, right? So that would be like the noodling. It's like hesitant playing, right? And then you see that a lot. You probably felt this way when you're playing over chords. Sometimes you're like, where should I land? Or your phrases land on weird spots. So rhythm is essential. And today I want to show you 3 little things you can practice. Imagine you're doing a rhythmic vocabulary session, right? How to expand it. And I talk a lot in different videos of things to do about it. But today I want to talk to you about what if this is the only thing you did for today, for example. So if you want to do something about your rhythmic language, if you feel, I see this is one of the main struggles with saxophone players because most of them, they already know scales, they know some chords, they know some patterns. But when it comes down to phrasing and playing, they all fail and their phrases are all over the place. So let's start with the first basic one, singing. Sing rhythms, totally underestimated, underrated, and not done enough. As a saxophone player, you need to be able to sing accurate rhythms before you play them, because if you can't sing them, it's going to be a lot harder to translate them to your instrument, right? And as an exam, I always tell my coaching students, can you play a track, any music that you love, and can you actually sing along and improvise rhythms vocally? And it's something that you can totally try and do. That should be a test for yourself to a level you want to get by you simply listening. You can do this when you're walking. You can do this when sitting down. Net practice, no extra time. Simply sing rhythms, absorb rhythms from the music you love. I have a free training where I show you how to implement this in your playing. So you can go ahead in the description later after this video, go ahead and watch that free training. It's super, super helpful. But the idea here is to sing rhythms, and you can do this with the music you love. You can simply play a track and try to sing rhythms, basic rhythms. You can start with one same rhythm, then you can start kind of making variations of that rhythm, but all in a verbal, vocal way, not with your instrument. You can spend a few minutes doing this. I'm going to show it to you right now. I'm just going to put a loop on splice, a little funky beat, kind of neo soul funky beat. And I'm gonna sing rhythms over that to kind of tell you what you should do. But you can totally do this with the music that you love, with any track. You can focus on a specific style. But the idea here is to gain rhythmic fluency with your voice, right? And get that fluency rhythmically, right? Because that's what's gonna get you in the flow. It's gonna make your phrases groove and lock in. Now, it's not easy if you haven't done this before. But the great thing about this is, first of all, you don't even need your horn, so you can do this every day for 5-10 minutes. Every single day of your life. I do it every day without noticing. I used to just go walk from, when I was studying at Berkeley, I had a 15-minute walk every day, and I would do this with my headphones. I would listen to music, and I would be singing, jamming rhythms and absorbing those rhythms. Because here's the thing, rhythms are internalized, not mechanized. Chords and scales, you have them in your fingers. But rhythm is something more primitive, right? It's the first most basic thing in music, and it's internalized. You get to feel them. This is why constantly singing rhythms, even dancing to music and like singing and trying to, absorbing rhythms in your body. Later on when you're playing, that's how you're going to be playing. That sort of fluency and rhythmic accuracy, it's because of all this of course, there's a lot of practice there, but it's conscious practice of really I can sing it, right? So I can't play anything that I can't sing, especially not pitch-wise. I'm talking about rhythm. So all think about rhythm. When people say, no, I play it, I don't sing it. I don't mean sing the notes. I just mean have a rhythmic fluency in your voice. So I'm going to play just a little loop, and this is something you can do. You can do it with a track. I'm just going to put a little loop. You can put it with a swing loop or anything else. Just going to improvise vocally. You can start simple. Just going to sing quarter notes. 3, 4. Ba, 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 ba. Get some eighth notes. Ba, 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 boo, ba. Okay, let's think about little 2-measure rhythms, right? Ba, 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 do, da, ba, ba. More sophisticated. Ba, ba, boo, ba, 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 boo, ba, 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 do, ba, ba. Notice how I'm actually trying to be really precise with the rhythms, not just singing them, but be really accurate. Ba, 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 do, da, ba, ba, do, da, ba. Ba 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 da ba do ba 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 da ba do ba 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 da ba do ba 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 boo ba. So what you can do is start very simple. Put a beat, put it any song, anything that you like and that you currently vibe to. It could be a groove, a play along, something. And you have to really start simple. The idea here is to start with basic, simple rhythms. Don't overcomplicate it, because as soon as you overcomplicate it, you get stuck. And what you want to focus on is not just the rhythm itself, but it's the rhythmic accuracy. So you want to make sure that you're like, and something I like to do a lot with my students is to sing all the subdivisions. That means that, first you can start with, like if you were a metronome, like I did, quarter notes, da, 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 and then you can simply stop singing to da, 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 and simply by resting on different points, you're creating a simple rhythm. Or you can sing all the subdivisions, like all the eighth notes, da, 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 and simply accent. And by simply singing all the subdivisions, if it's swing, if it's this kind of a funky, you can just grab the prominent subdivision. You're just probably mainly going to be eighth notes. Maybe in a funk thing, it could be 16th notes as well. But to keep it simple, sing quarter notes and eighth notes. If you're really bad with rhythm, and try to do ba boo ba da ba 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 boo ba 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 boo ba boo ba ba, right? Combination of those is going to naturally bring you very simple rhythms. But later on, just let the music, let the groove give you the rhythmic ideas, because a lot of the times doing it a cappella like I'm doing it right now, I can do it, but a lot of people struggle with that. So put a groove, put a music, put a track that you like. You know, I love big band to do this. If I want to do medium swing, if I don't want to do like R&B or soul or funk, I would put Tower of Power, Jamiroquai, right? And just feed my ears with those rhythms and try to sing along. If you listen to a rhythm you like, just sing it back, sing it back, sing it back. And all of a sudden, you're really working with your vocal rhythms. And this is crucial because you can do this when you're driving. Here in LA, I drive a lot, so it's perfect to do it then. It's just jam. Don't think too much about it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just sing rhythms, but focus on accuracy, right? Don't just get like, get lost. Like really, ba, ba. And if you listen to some of the tracks, you can lock into certain elements. For example, if you hear in this one, you hear that bass drum, boom, ba, boom, ba. Same with the bass drum, boom, ba, da, ba. Like use the elements happening already in the music to help you groove, right? Because a lot of what happens is I see some students singing the rhythms, but they're like not accurate. They're like da, 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 right? So you ba, 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 da, da, ba. Right? So that sort of fluency. You need to get the fluency and the precision, which takes time. But the great thing is you can do this with no horn. You can do this every day and then bring it to your playing later on, right? I show you that on that training below. So that's the next thing I want to show you now. Second thing you can do with rhythm is now consciously integrate it to your playing. Pick one rhythm, you can grab that beat, and I'm going to grab a very simple resource, like a C major scale or a chord, just one thing, a scale that you already know, so you don't have to think about it at all, something that is already in your fingers. And then just put one simple rhythm, sing it. If it's going to be ba, 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 da, da, ba, ba, da, ba, 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 do, ba, ba, boo, ba, for example. And I just grab the scale and I'm going to mess around with the scale. You know, I have another video where I show you about shapes and how to really do this. In that training, I show you that as well. But you got to kind of mess around with the shapes and go up and down. You grab a simple C major scale, for example, using the rhythm. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, 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 da. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, 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 da. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, ba, boo, da. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, ba, boo, da. You see I'm playing around with the shapes. I'm going up and down, messing around with the C major triad, S triad, everything around the C major scale, right? Almost all those patterns that you know on the C scale, you can grab them and infuse them with rhythm. Infusing everything you know with rhythm, what's going to happen is you're naturally going to produce musical statements and phrases. So you get more comfortable. Now, all of a sudden, I'm doing this every day where I grab simple resources and I try to make phrases, picking one rhythm. Then, you know, you can sophisticate the rhythm. You can pick a different rhythm then. But let's put the track and then I'll show you how you can do this with a little, just a groove in this case. You put the groove or a metronome. A groove is probably better. You sing the rhythm. 3, 4. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, 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 da. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, 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 da. Sing it many times and actually feel like you're grooving already in the singing, right? Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, ba, boo, da. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, 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 da. You see how? I'm gonna grab the blue scale, C blue scale. Do the same. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, do, ba. Ba, 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 da. You see how it already sounds like a statement. Now the cool thing about that is it makes me play nothing that is memorized. It's not a memorized lick, it's not a memorized pattern, it's just me being fluent with rhythm and a simple resource like a scale. So pick a scale you don't have to think about, or pick chords. I ultimately love to do this with like 2 chords at a time, like my 2-chord method, where you just put the matrix of inversions. I have a whole video on YouTube about how to, deconstructing a 2-5-1 and putting the actual inversions and stuff like that. But if you want to start simple, pick a scale. And all of a sudden you're gonna produce these musical statements out of a scale that you've never done before, just because of rhythm. Even the same rhythm, just by changing the shapes and messing around with it, going up, down. When I talk about shapes, I talk about the curves, right? So you don't want to just go ascending and descending. You want to make sure that you try out different shapes, as you saw me doing now. And what happens is the same rhythm can create 300 phrases. And that's pretty cool because it's not even a new rhythm that you need. Stick with one. It's going to encourage you to, wow, it's going to really develop that comfort and confidence. And then you can do another rhythm. And you can kind of do that. You can, if you're having a 40 or 1 hour session of only working on rhythm, I would start 10 minutes with just the singing part, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video. Only sing, put a track for inspiration, same style. Don't change styles on the same session. For right now, I'm doing like this funky, R&B kind of thing that I'll stick with it, right? I mean, I can switch right now, I don't care, but if you're new to this, stick with the same thing, the same vibe for a few days, right? Then change to medium swing, salsa, whatever it is. That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna sing for 10 minutes. Then you're gonna grab a simple resource. You grab your horn, and of course you're gonna warm up your lungs, whatever you do. I have other videos where I show you what to do in the saxophone, like mastering your airflow. But here's about rhythm. You're gonna grab your instrument. You're gonna pick one scale, right? Pick one rhythm, sing the rhythm. And if you don't have any rhythms, then check out the free training I have below. I teach you how to extract rhythms from music that you love. So that's a great training that you need to watch. Just put the groove or put the track and just start singing to like singing the subdivisions. You can sing the quarter notes, you can sing the 16th notes. By singing everything, it's like a sculpture. Everything is there. So everything happening in the music, you're already singing. By singing everything and just accenting, as you can see, all of a sudden you lock in. And that's what I want your phrases to be locked in and accurate. If you've ever feel that, this is the cure for that noodling that you might be feeling of like your phrases all over the place. That's sort of like fluency, precision. In this case, it's a funky, but if it's a swing, right? So to get that sort of fluency where you can sing your rhythm and translate it to a resource, to chords, it's gonna take time. But when you enhance your rhythmic language, what you're gonna end up doing is, like what happened to me, is I started transforming the things and the phrases I already knew. I just transformed them on the spot, because when you have a good rhythmic language, you can grab ba 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 da ba ba da ba 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 do bo bo ba 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 bo ba bo ba bo bo ba ba bo da ba da ba da bo bo ba bo bo ba da ba ba ba. Right? You can grab the same thing and start moving it around and adding all this groove and depth and statements to it. This is the magic of a rhythmic language. It's going to take away that noodling, and it's going to take away also that nonsense eighth note or constant eighth note soloing, right? Of like which, has its moments, but it can come handy. But if you don't have a good rhythmic language, then it's all sort of noodling, right? But you want is a good groove. Right, so to be able to transform even the same sort of passages, add rhythm, and even when you do the eighth note noodling, it'll sound better because you want to be locked in, right? Everything is rhythm, even the eighth notes by themselves. Everything is rhythm. So even if you noodle, like I call noodling, which just means like a nonsensical, or like you just playing sort of like this random things, or going back to the same things but playing them all inaccurate and landing all over the place. So when you fix your rhythmic accuracy, even the noodling is going to sound accurate. So it stops being noodling anymore, right? It just becomes even a constant, really groovy eighth notes. Like when you hear a Dexter Gordon phrase of full of eighth notes, you know, it's all about that laid back and that rhythmic feel he has. So this is to infuse your playing with rhythm, with accuracy, so that you can sound like you're actually playing musical statements, not just a noodling, right? And then the last one, so the third thing that you can do with rhythm at the end, so you can start with like 10 minutes of the singing, then you can do this for 20 minutes, pick a resource, grab one rhythm, and exploit that rhythm, try to make as many phrases as you can. And then at the end, now you're gonna simply put the groove and you're gonna test different rhythms. But don't think too much about the rhythm. So this is kind of different. The second one is really thinking about the rhythm and singing it. This time, you're gonna keep it simple and you're gonna let the rhythms come to you. You put the play along, you start simple like at the beginning where I told you just sing the quarter notes or sing the subdivisions, right? You're gonna let them come to you and you're gonna start testing out and experimenting with the scale. So this is gonna be the harder part at the end of that rhythmic session, but you're gonna get better at this, so that what you can do is start with the singing and then try to play a few notes of the scale. So it's going to get you that confidence that you might be lacking, which is, oh, I sing the rhythm, boo ba, boo ba doo ba da ba, boo. You can stop, ba ba da, ba da, boo da boo da ba da ba. Right? Let me put the groove. Sing, ba ba boo 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 ba, ba boo ba ba da. They're coming up. I'm just listening to the groove. Boo ba boo boo ba. Ba, 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 boo, ba, ba, boo, boo, ba, ba, ba. So just kind of like that. You sing it, and you don't have to worry about the actual rhythms. Just let them come to you. Be very simple. All right? So by doing that, see, I'm just starting very simple. I'm letting the rhythm guide my phrases. So do da ba 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 ba, almost like a conversation, right? How when you talk to someone and the person says something and it's kind of extracting something from you, you're gonna let the music extract the rhythms from you. Just follow it, just listen to it. Ba 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 boo ba. Now, this is more about feel, and it's gonna take time. So if you're bad with rhythm and you've never done this, you can probably omit this last section and just focus on the first two, which is the singing the rhythm, subdivisions, and then the actual integrating one specific rhythm that you sing, same rhythm, with the scale. But then when you get good at this, implement this last section, which is free improv. One resource, like the scale, and you can do blues scale one day, a major scale, whatever, melodic minor, it'll give you different sounds. Pick the same groove for the few days, right? So then next week you might do another one. I usually do this with medium swing. I pick this more of a funky one to kind of relate to more audiences, so that you know that you can do this with anything, okay? But then integrate. This is the part where I feel it's really improv. I'm creating phrases, because what happens when I think on the rhythm and I like this kind of slow funky thing, you saw everything sounds like more statements. Do da ba ba boo 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 ba boo ba ba. Stop. You don't have to play all the time. If you're out of ideas, then stop and let the groove go for a few measures. Don't stop the track. Just let it on, and then lock in again, sing again, come back again. Do this little by little. You're going to start enhancing your rhythmic language, and what's going to happen is then you can start applying rhythm to anything else you learn, any other sophisticated. It doesn't matter how many sophisticated things you learn if you don't have a good rhythmic language. That's why go back to the simple stuff, add, enhance, boost your rhythmic language So that way, everything that you already know is going to get enhanced musically. Instead of learning anything new, a lot of the jazz school and the jazz police and the way things are taught in the jazz world is to learn new things, right? New licks and stuff. But then we never learn how to be musical with that. And that's the problem with many students. Like I learned, the book of 1,000 licks, and then what? They don't show up in your playing. And even if they do, they don't sound musical. You don't want to play licks. It's like speaking with memorized sentences. Makes no sense. You want to be able to speak. The only thing that's going to allow you to speak fluently, ideas and phrases that sound like melodic statements is rhythmic language. Without it, everything is just like empty words, or like the words kind of noodling. Again, back to that term. So you want to enhance your rhythmic language, boost the musicality of what you already have, then you can learn new things and always have rhythm with it. I prefer to listen to a simpler solo but very rhythmical over like Cherokee or something, a tune like that, than a solo full of like a bunch of eighth notes that just gets me lost after a few things. That's another thing. When you become more rhythmical, you're going to connect better with your audience because people like rhythm. Man, the truth is people want to hear rhythm is what you connect the most with. And honestly, if you think about jazz and modern music, it's really a rhythmic revolution. It's not about the chords and stuff like that. So bebop then came along and it's like, all this notes and stuff, which is great, but think about rhythm. Don't forget rhythm. If you're a saxophone player, single line rhythm, enhance your rhythmic language and watch your playing grow. Watch your musicality grow like never before. Okay, if you want to boost your improv skills, I want to personally invite you to join my Improv Mastery Circle. This is my private exclusive community of saxophone players and musicians from all over the world, from all ages and all levels, that want to drastically boost their improv skills. And I have my step-by-step system there, my Jazz Improvisation Mastery System. Used to be just an online course, now it's an amazing community. It's all there, all my step-by-step videos constantly updated. You get the community so you can post your progress, you can see what others post, and you can get direct feedback from me, right? And you can contact me directly. Once you're part of an exclusive member of my community, you're basically, you're gonna get all my system, you're gonna get direct access to me, and it's direct access to other students as well. So it's truly an inspiring place to be. So if you really want to boost your improv skills and you're tired of doing this alone, you're tired of just binge watching YouTube videos, which I know it can be great, but it's tiring. You want to actually have a system, then go ahead. I left a link below. Okay, you're gonna find below, I'm leaving my free training. You can start with that. Watch my free training where I show you how to implement rhythms to your playing. Then if you really are ready, go ahead and join my Improv Mastery Circle. Okay, if you join the annual version, there's actually 2 free private sessions with me as well. So you can go ahead and check all the details down below and join this amazing community. We also do live group calls as well every single month. You can be on the live calls, get the replays, and be constantly working and progressing and getting feedback. Truly, truly an amazing place to be. So make sure to check it out. You can join down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Leave in the comments what would you like to see next, and leave in the comments any thoughts about this video. What are your biggest struggles? And I will keep that in mind for my future videos as well. All right, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.